though, isn't it?
Just before we get on to football.
Yes.
You were just in our green room throwing some darts, and you were incredibly handy at that. Incredibly handy.
Yeah.
I said, go and get the bullseye.
Yeah.
You went out of bullseye, outer.
Yeah.
How often are you playing darts?
Oh, I love it. I'd throw every day.
Really?
Yeah.
I was like at one point.
Yeah, every day. It's the addictive thing now, and then it ends up going mad. Like I could start doing round the clock or trying to go doubles, and if I don't, I won't leave the house. I've missed appointments. My missus has left to go to parties without me. I said, "You go." I said, "I'm standing. I'm doing."
Why?
This.
Because you're OCD.
Yeah.
So when I got in the room there, you were on. What were you playing? You were playing round the clock.
I was playing round the clock.
So you finished it.
Yeah.
You had. What happens if you were on 16 when I came in?
No, I've still got double top to go. I'll get it before I leave here tonight.
What happens if we nick the dartboard and you can't play?
I'll do it at home.
Are you really like that?
Yeah.
Where's that come from?
Don't know.
Are you superstitious? You must be superstitious, right?
Yeah, a little bit, but nothing mad. I weren't like football. Was never like, this shin pad or that boot or
right.
do this. No.
When you go to bed at night, are you checking out the back door 5 times, the front door?
No.
You don't do any of that.
Not at all.
Why would you check it for the back door or the front door 5 times? Just
That's what some people
really
do, right?
At night, I could even go, I'm sure I've locked the back door, and I'd just leave it rather than just get up and check.
It's a little bit. I think just for safety reasons, if people are listening, you know where he lives. He now locks it every night. Yeah. Right?
Of course.
Okay. How bizarre. Well, listen, it's great to have you in. We've got a whole hour with you. Yes. Let's start with a massive game, which you're covering tomorrow because that's Spurs against Aston Villa. It's 5:45. It's live on TNT Sports 1 as well as talkSPORT. And it comes after another dramatic week at Spurs as their captain, Christian Romero, appeared to criticise the hierarchy on social media following their defeat at Bournemouth. Spurs gaffer Thomas Frank, he's been speaking to the media ahead of the game, and he said that Romero continues to do a lot of things well in his role as skipper.
I'm actually very happy with his performance last night. I think he was a true captain in many ways throughout the game. Half-time when it was speaking up at half-time when we're 2-1 down, keep believing, keep doing the right things. But also when you're a young leader, sometimes you make a mistake. Of course, it's good to keep it internally.
Thomas Frank has now lost more league games than he's won at Spurs. He's been coming under fire again following their defeat the other day. How massive is tomorrow's game for him, Steve?
It's huge for him. It's huge for the football club. I just think it's a mess that's not going to get fixed soon. And that's just not from what's happened since Thomas Frank's been there. I think that's been there from last year. I mean, last calendar year, 2025, they won 4 home games, 4 Premier League home games. I mean, they say they're good away from home, and I honestly think there's an alignment. There's a lot of stuff that's happened since Thomas Frank's come in, and I think the majority of footballing people want Thomas Frank to do really well because he's a real likeable guy, and I think he's deserved his shot at a big club. But there's just more going on. It's broken, I think, from the hierarchy to the players and from the squad and the manager. I think there's a bit of a disconnect to the fans as well now. That's been rumbling on for a while. I've got a good friend of mine that's got a box at Spurs, doesn't even go because there's a mentality thing now where I just think they're going to get beat. They're going to get beat at home, and unless they go 1-0 up, they don't see anything else other than a loss.
Let me ask you this, because you look at certainly the Premier League table. I know they've got Villa in the FA Cup, but the Premier League, right? And they're currently 14th. Now, Spurs are better than 14th.
Yes.
But I don't see them, though, as one of the top 6-7 sides in the Premier League now. I think they're in that mid-table. Where would you put them? Where do you think realistically Spurs should be round about now?
Around about now or in the season?
With the squad that they've got, where should they be? I know they're going to aim higher.
With the squad that they've got, they should be aiming higher. I mean, you look at the lads that they're missing, Maddison, Kulusevski, Son obviously gone missing. Solanke as well, sorry, yeah. That's taking them out of your team is, especially going forward, is huge.
Yeah, apart from Van der Ven, they're probably the big 3, right?
100%. So, but I totally agree with you. I look at that league table now and I just don't even see him challenging for top 8. No. Top 8. So in that, they are in that bracket, and I don't see a fix soon.
Have they got the right manager? Because I tell you why I asked that is because when he was at Brentford, he was doing wonderful things.
Yeah.
But I can't remember who it was that said it, and I thought it was a great point. If you're Brentford, you go away to Ellen Road to Leeds and you get a draw, it's a good result. Yeah. If you're Spurs and you go there, it's not a good result.
Look, huge pressure. You've got to imagine as well, the environment and the culture that he was in at Brentford, very calm. very in control, very aligned. This behind the scenes looks like a mess. So he's having to juggle that. He's having to juggle, obviously, the stuff that's on the pitch, training-wise, matches. It's a lot for him. Like I said, I really like Thomas Frank. I really want him to succeed. I really, really do. I just don't see it happening soon.
Can you read a manager? And by that I mean you've both been in a dressing room halfway through a season. New managers come in. How long do you think it takes you, Steve, to look at a manager, hear him talk, and think no, or the opposite? He's going to do well. You must have had that, right?
Yeah, of course. And that can happen very quickly, very, very quickly. We're talking a couple of weeks, quickly.
Wow.
Like a new signing when they come in.
Can you give me an example of maybe one that was a no or a yes?
Felix, when he came in.
Felix Magath, yeah.
Okay,
Magath. One was Avram Grant when he took over at Chelsea.
Well, you just instantly knew it wasn't going to work.
Well, put it this way, when that happened, that day, Jose left. JT went upstairs, spoke to the Roman, and that he come downstairs, pulled us into a meeting and said, lads, Jose's gone, he's going to have a meeting with him later on. Avram's in charge. I'm not sure about you guys. I'm not sure.
Wow.
So he's like, I'm not sure. Listen, Avram, lovely guy. He wasn't on the training pitch. Obviously, he was that sporting director role. So he had every right to say that, JT. So he was, but basically what he was saying was the onus is on us. The people that we've got in these dressing rooms, Didier's, Petchek, Ashley Makalele, all these big characters, this is down to us to really get us going. I think in this situation with Thomas Frank, I think the calmness that he's got, and I love him in his, and I've actually seen probably a different side to his interviews post-match and some pre-game ones. Whereas normally there was never an excuse with Brentford. If they lost, they lost. He'd hold his hands up and it was the most sort of honest interview that was probably going. There's been a few times where he's had a little sort of boil this season. And again, that just shows the pressures and the emotions of being at Spurs. But I see his calmness as a real positive in this situation.
Okay. When you get scenarios like we saw with Christian Romero, what does that make you feel? If you're a Spurs fan or even a player and you saw your captain do that, how would you feel?
If I'm a player and I see my captain do that, it just shows that it's underneath there. It is a mess, and I think that the dressing room know that. The dressing room know that, and it's a long-term fix.
And every game now,
do you know what? It'd be an open conversation, that, because in the dressing room, it's like if a player wants to leave, he'll be talking about it to the rest of the players. Yeah. So I think Romero wanted to go anyway. They give him the captaincy, new contract, but Atletico were kind of sniffing. You've seen what happens to managers when they come out and criticise the hierarchy. Ultimately, they end up losing their job. Now, you can't sack a player off the back of that, but they can certainly sell him. And he's almost letting them know, you know what? I think I went out of it.
Yeah.
How big a game is this? Because listen, I think any game in the FA Cup is tough for so many reasons: the uncertainty, the magic of the cup. But Aston Villa, they're flying high at the moment. They've got so many good players. Yeah. Aston Villa are away, which means Spurs and their awful home record. We've got to contend with that. I mean, for my money, I can only see one winner here. But I mean, again, it would add so much more pressure to Thomas Frank and Spurs if they lost. Yeah,
it will. And I think the words that are probably being spoken around, especially from the management down to the players, and we'd have had this before when you're struggling with your league form, when it's right, lads, this is a cup game. It's a completely different mindset. Although it's the same preparations, it's a different mindset. There's not the pressures of getting 3 points and climbing the league. This is a new game. It's a new kind of a fresh start. But it's huge. It's huge. They need to get results quickly. First of all, results, and they need to follow that up with performances quickly.
That game, as I mentioned, is live on TNT Sports 1 as well as talkSPORT tomorrow at 5:45. Steve, I'll ask you first. Is it Steve or Sidders? Because Benny said you can't call him Sidders.
Yeah, no
We're
one.
mates, right?
No one calls me Steve. No
there
one.
you go. Okay.
No one.
Sidders.
Sidders. Siddy.
Siddy.
Yeah, Siddy.
All right.
Siddy.
I might go Sidders.
Sidders. I like Sidders. Okay.
What would the score be, Sidders?
I'm going to go 3-1 Aston Villa.
Okay. What were you going to say?
2-1.
Okay, but so definitely an away win.
I think Villa win, yeah.
And you think they'll win comfortably?
I was going to go 3-1, but I know
you can say the same.
I'm with Sidders. I think 3-1.
Okay. No one can see a Tottenham win.
No.
How long if it carries on, how long does Thomas Frank last?
I knew that question was going to come, and I hate. Look, how long's a piece of string? I don't know.
I know the answer to that. How long's a piece of string?
Yeah,
It's twice as long as from one end to the middle.
that's true.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Just thought I'd let you know that.
that's good. I'll never say that again.
Let me write that down. What's that
It
again?
answers it.
Yeah.
And of course, it takes our mind away from the question that I asked you,
Yeah.
which is how long will he last for?
Well, look, if results keep up, we know what it's like in this
I
turbulent.
think they've got to give him the whole season. They've got to.
I'd love that. I would, and I
just
think
don't think he's a bad manager.
no, and I think he would have time purely based on the whole. Yeah, just the scenario of what's going on.
Yeah.
Really.
Okay.
So,
We've got you for a whole hour, right?
I hope so.
Can't wait for that. Joleon Lescott's also joined us in
Yes.
this hour, so lots coming up between now and 7. Stay with us. You're listening to Drive on talkSPORT Friday Night Live. Welcome out to Friday Night Live, TNT Sports and talkSPORT Hour. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Premier League 100 club member Darren Bent, former Premier League midfielder and TNT Sports pundit and superstar. Steve Sidwell is with us, or Sidders to his friends. Still to come, we'll bring you the very latest edition of DV TNT Sports. Just quickly, Aston Villa reportedly interested in Atletico Madrid midfielder Conor Gallagher. Luke Littler has hit the jackpot. He signed the biggest deal in darts history with his supplier Target Darts. He's going to see him earn £20 million over the next 10 years. Good work. Now, Crystal Palace boss Oliver Glasner has been speaking to the media ahead of his side's game away to Macclesfield in the FA Cup. That game, of course, live on TNT Sports 1 and talkSPORT tomorrow. And he discussed the team's desire to defend their title.
We want to win another trophy. This is our approach. It's not defending something, it's winning something. So we can't defend it because we already have won it. This trophy will stay forever in Crystal Palace history books, but it's adding another trophy. That's how we enter the FA Cup.
And we can look ahead to that game now with a man who'll be there for TNT Sports, the 2003 Football League First Division playoff winner. Joleon Lescott joins us. Hi, Joleon.
Good evening.
How are you? You all right?
I'm all right. Yeah, I'm good.
Why is it so dark in your house?
The lights are on low.
Oh, are they? The lights are on low. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you look good. Mood lighting, I like it. Listen, thanks so much for coming on. You know we're big fans of yours whenever you come on our show, so we appreciate your time. I think this is a fascinating game, more so when you're FA Cup holders going into the first round, or your first round, the third round of the FA Cup. Palace, they're without winning 8 games now. Did you see this run of form, or bad run of form, coming at any stage?
No, I didn't, to be fair. You don't expect them to win every game, but they're consistent and good enough to score in most games, and strong enough to keep clean sheets, as we've seen over the period Glasner's been there. But yeah, this is probably the worst run of form, arguably, to what started last season they've had.
Jared, how high did you rate Mark Gahey? Because of course he's going to be the speculation around, is he going to move this window? Is it the end of the season? But how high did you rate him, and do you expect him to go to one of the top sides in this country?
Yeah, I rate him very, very highly as a man, as a player. And I don't think anyone's going to be surprised wherever he ends up, whatever top team he ends up. And I don't think he'd go in there because he's on a free or he's relatively cheap to market value considering his contract. I think he would have ended up there regardless, because he's as consistent as any other centre-back.
You obviously know what it's like to win the FA Cup. And of course lose it. Palace won the FA Cup last season. How desperate will they be to retain it? And it's slightly different. You won it, of course, at Man City, and when you're in a Man City side, you're expected to win absolutely everything. But for them,
we weren't. We weren't. So let's rephrase that. That was our first trophy in 35 years. So we weren't supposed to win everything.
Oh, was that was the first one, was it? Okay, so the pressure was very similar then, right? So can you remember how you felt the following season defending that?
To be honest, we didn't really consider that because of this, what we was at in the league, and we was obviously concentrating on competing with Man United. So it wasn't a case of let's defend the FA Cup. It was like, we'd won the trophy. Similar to comments that Lesnar had made, like, we'd won the trophy. Yes, we wanted to win it again, but our focus was on kind of, how do we maintain a consistent challenge to Man United in the league?
Joe, I'm always curious, Joe. You would have grown up loving the FA Cup, I would imagine, right? When you're a player and you're playing in the competition and you've grown up with it and you love it, and you would be, I'm guessing, absolutely desperate to win the FA Cup. How do you feel when you're in a team and your manager has different views and picks a slightly weakened side? How does that make you feel?
Yeah, it was disheartening at times, but again, the bigger picture was always there, and that came at the later stages of my career when I was probably a bit more mature enough to handle it. But going back to your point, that for me, that was my most important trophy I won, because I grew up watching it, played in it for obviously every team I represented, and it was one that I thought was achievable. I never grew up thinking I'm going to win the Premier League. That turned into an ambition when I went to Man City. It wasn't even an ambition at Everton. So the ambition at Everton was, can we win the FA Cup? Obviously got to a final and lost, but every team I played for, represented, that was an ambition. So it's a constant throughout most players' careers. Obviously the new generation don't have the same connection as we do, as Sid and Darren do. But the FA Cup was huge. huge for me.
Absolutely massive. Joleon, how difficult is it going to be for Palace then? Because listen, they've won the FA Cup. They've had an incredible last 18 months, the Community Shield as well. But they are in Europe as well. The FA Cup, the league, they're still trying to obviously try and finish in the European places in the Premier League. Do you think he's got the squad big enough to be able to compete on all fronts?
I don't think so at the moment. I think we've seen that in Europe when he fielded a really young team. Changed the team again for the following league game against Leeds, and as I said, that was a more familiar squad. But to compete on all fronts, probably not. I think every manager, coach would argue they don't have a strong enough squad to compete on all fronts for every competition they're in. But looking at tomorrow's game, I think the leveler will be the pitch. What is it, turf? So 4G. So that'll be the leveler. That'll be these. Macclesfield players will be used to the bounce, as strange as that sounds. So I don't know how much prep Crystal.
Oh, I think we've lost him. Have we lost him? Let's stay with that. Let's see if we can get him back. I'm guessing you've played on AstroTurf and you've played on 4G pitches and so on. Yeah. How different is someone like me that doesn't know how different is that game?
Yeah, it does. It is a definite leveler. It is a different bounce, especially I've gone to non-league games and they actually water. They get the sprinklers out. Obviously, they don't pop up through the pitch, but they got the sprinklers out just to try and give it a little bit of zip. It's certainly a bounce that you have to watch the ball come to you for every time, watch your touch. So, it's going to be ones that the Palace players will have to get used to.
I think we've got Joleon back, actually.
Even striking the ball's different as well.
Joleon, are you back now?
Yeah, I'm back, yeah. I could hear Silas' point there, sorry. But my England full debut was against Russia on a plastic pitch, and watching them water it was like, what are they up to here? What are they trying to achieve? And then you get out there and it's like ice. Wow. It's literally just zings around. So you definitely have to be more cautious of how you play and definitely.
And also for a defender, right? You're sliding about quite a lot. I mean, does that change your game at all?
Yeah, stay on your feet, I was always told. The sliding aspects of it, you definitely feel the effects of that. But it was more the deceleration, because there's no give in the surface. It was like the load on your joints. That was the thing that you would feel the most. But when you're out there, adrenaline's flowing, and if there's a tackle need to be made, whether it's a standing tackle or a sliding tackle, you just kind of get on with it.
Okay. I'm going to let you go, but not before I've asked you 3 questions, all right? The first 2 are just yes or no questions. Do you think that when the window closes this January that Mark Gurhey will still be a Palace player?
No.
Okay. Do you think that Oliver Glasner will stay on after the end of the season?
Oh, that's a bad one, that.
You can pass if you want. You don't? Okay.
No,
you don't. No. And I suppose the big question is who will win and what will the score be? The game, as I said, is live on TNT Sports 1 and talkSPORT tomorrow lunchtime. What will the score be, Joleon Lescott?
I'm going to say Palace 2-1.
Okay. Nice. Thank you so much for coming on. I really like the mood lighting. Next time I'm on Zoom, I'm turning off one of the lamps.
Yeah.
You need dimmers.
I do need dimmers. I've got a couple of dimmers in the studio with me. Joleon, always a pleasure. Have a great weekend.
Cool. Cheers.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, mate.
Boys.
Thanks, man. I think it's an interesting question when you are an FA Cup holder and you weren't fancied to win it and you go back the next season and you're playing a team, which of course is what the FA Cup's all about, a lower league team. They're going to see it as their cup final, right? It's going to be a tough game for Palace tomorrow.
Yeah, and that is exactly what the FA Cup is. I loved playing the FA Cup. I loved it. Never got nowhere near it, but it was something that you knew fans loved, players loved. There was always an underdog story. I think we got knocked out to Lincoln once when I was at Brighton away, Lincoln away. So
tough place to go down.
We went 1-0 up. 1-0 up we went and we lost 3-1, I think it was. So,
I love the fact you guys remember so many details about your career. It's quite, Bentley remembers every single goal.
Yeah, he's very good. You are very good.
Yeah. Do you remember you only saw a few. Still to come, we'll be getting Steve Sidwell.
Palace, though.
Yeah, you like that one? We've talked about that last time. You showed me that. That was mind-blowing goal, wasn't it?
It was all right. It was good.
It was all right.
Or the lefty from halfway line.
What's a better feeling, that or crossing the the finish line on a marathon?
Oh, yeah, the marathon.
Absolutely not.
Marathon.
Emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it
find
is.
out about yourself.
Mad
on
you
that.
say that. Still to come, we'll get Steve Sidwell's thoughts on the Gabriel Martinelli incident last night. We will. I can't wait for that. First, it's time for no Googling. We want to know which two English sides share the record for appearing in the most FA Cup finals without ever winning it. That's a great question.
Yeah.
Which two English sides share the record for appearing in most FA Cup finals without ever winning it? I'll give you a clue. They both lost 2. So 2's the magic number, but who? Who lost the 2? The answer to that and loads more coming up the last 30 minutes of our show. We'll see you right after this.
A number of FA Cup matches are falling by the wayside as the weather takes its toll on the country. Storm Goretti is bringing snowfall and strong winds, meaning some clubs are postponing matches. Keep an eye on talkSPORT.com to see if your club's being affected. It's reported, meanwhile, Bukayo Saka has agreed to sign a new 5-year deal at Arsenal. It would extend his stay in North London until 2031. Antoine Semenyo will go straight into the City squad this weekend after his arrival from Bournemouth. Pep's thrilled to have the forward and thinks it's a no-brainer to get him at the Etihad.
So I play extraordinary in Bournemouth in the last years. Can play in both sides, right, left. He used the both legs unbelievably, and in striker as well can play for his pace, and he knows the Premier League.
Now, David Moyes says he's starting to feel hard done by with refereeing decisions against his team.
Well, I didn't want to discuss any of the others because they've all gone in the past, but now you bring them up, it makes me think that, hey, by the way, maybe there has been a few more than it should have gone against us. The recent ones are hard to take.
Everton say they're surprised and disappointed Michael Keane's red card against Wolves the other night wasn't overturned by the FA. He'll be missing for their upcoming fixtures against Sunderland, Villa and Leeds. Eddie Howe says Fabian Schär could return before the end of the season. He says he's not broken his ankle after being stretchered off against Leeds in midweek. And Luke Littler signed a £20 million equipment deal with Target Darts. It's the largest in the sport's history and will last 10 years. Get more on the talkSPORT YouTube channel.
You're listening to the last hour of our show on Drive on talkSPORT, which is known as Friday Night Live in association with our friends at TNT Sports. And that's because, well, there's a number of reasons why, but that enables us to have superstars like Steve Sidwell with us in the studio. We've had him for the last 36 minutes. We've got him for the next 24 before the break. Asked the question that he's been working hard on. I don't know if he's got the answers. The question was, which two English sides share the record for appearing in the most FA Cup finals without ever winning it? The only clue I gave you, both teams have been in 2 cup finals. Any idea?
Where'd they play in the country?
Where'd they play in the country? Yeah. One's the Midlands and one's Londonish.
It's one Coventry.
No.
And all right, we go. Midlands, yeah?
Yeah.
West Brom?
No.
Wolves?
No.
Well, ain't Leicester because they've won it. Ain't Villa?
No.
Midlands?
Yeah.
Can't be Forest. Have they won it, Forest?
No. You're missing a big team out in the Midlands. Why are you looking at me like that?
I don't know. Cause
both of you.
We've said all the big ones in the Midlands.
Am I going nuts? It's the Midlands, right?
Walsall?
No.
Burton?
No. Am I right?
It can't be.
Yeah, I am right.
Go on.
Birmingham.
Hey, Birmingham City.
He wasn't looking at me, he was looking at you the whole time.
You know that first question on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and they go, what's 2 and 2? And you go, I think it's 4. That was how I was feeling then. The other team is sort of Londonish.
Oh, Luton?
No, but that kind of Londonish. One of them was 1984, if that helps you. George O'Reilly and Mo Johnson played up top for them. And Steve Sherwood was their goalkeeper. Don't ask me why I know this.
Brighton?
No. They play in Golden...
Watford.
Watford.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other one was 2019 for Watford. Of course it was, yeah.
Did they get City?
Yes.
They got
6 or 7, wasn't it?
Yeah, big one.
They got absolutely
that was a big one.
Oh, yeah, you know now, you two. Well done. Right, follow us at 7. I'm just looking at my producer. We ready to rock and roll? We are. Follow us at 7. You can hear live commentary of Wrexham against Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup. The team used for that in. Jim Proudfoot has all the details. Hi, Jim.
Andy, good evening to you. Always going to be changes. 8 of them in total for Nottingham Forest. Only Sells, Hutchinson and Igor Jesus keep their places. Wrexham, a bit more mix and match. 4 changes to the side that won at Derby. So you've got a Conquo in goal, a likely back 5 of Longman, Scar, Hyam, Doyle and Kachache. Rathbone, Dobson, Sheaf and Broadhead in midfield with Sam Smith up front. Kiefer Moore not involved at all, but the likes of Cody, McLean, Windus and Jay Rodriguez all on the bench, as is the former Forest midfielder Lewis O'Brien. For Forest, Sells in goal, Savona, Jai Cunha, who makes just his second start alongside his countryman Morato, Zinchenko at left back, Douglas Luiz and McAtee, Bakwa, Hutchison and Ndoye, and Igor Jesus leading the line. I've got Tash Dowie alongside me here in North Wales. It's Wrexham against Nottingham Forest. Build-up starts at 7, Andy, for a 7:30 kick-off here on talkSPORT.
10 out of 10 as always, Jim. Right, Sidders, did you hear the top of our show today? There's a reason I'm asking. If you didn't, that's fine.
No.
Okay, that's good that you didn't, because you wouldn't have heard my view and Bentley's view on what happened at the Emirates last night. Gabriel Martinelli made the headlines, of course, in an otherwise uneventful goalless draw. Conor Bradley went down injured. We didn't know the extent of the injury. We still don't know. We wish him well. That was in stoppage time before Martinelli dropped the ball at him, on him, tried to push him off the pitch and try and get on with the game. Since, of course, he's apologised on social media. Now, you wouldn't have heard my view. You didn't hear Bentley's. No. So what is your view?
My view is that I totally understand why he's done it, in terms of they're trying to win the game, last moments of the game, get him off the pitch, get the ball back on. They're in the ascendance to try and get a winner. And I think it's been blown out of proportion as such because of the injury.
That's exactly what we said.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Why do you think so many people are saying the opposite? About, it's disgusting, he should be banned for the next 12 years.
Don't touch a player that's on the floor.
I don't. Is that all the fans that just don't want Arsenal winning the league?
Pundits as well. I heard talkSPORT. Lots of people saying it this morning.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Not my honest, and I think as well it comes into the personality of Martinelli as well. The character that he is. That he's not the type of player that's going to be doing that as well. So I think it's a scenario that's been blown out, and let's hope that the injury isn't as bad as what it looked.
Yes,
it didn't look good.
A lot of it is, again, before you go back to it, the modern day football where every challenge is gone down like you've been absolutely clattered. And that's the problem we've got, because you get these type of scenarios, is that because there is so much interpretation and so much, like, I'm trying to think of the right word, where people are going down when they've not really been touched, but they're rolling around. That's why you get these type of scenarios, unfortunately. But as I said, the most important thing is that Conor Bradley's all right.
We wish you well. Okay. Right, let's move on to a big game in the FA Cup tomorrow, which sees Chelsea go to Charlton. That one's live on TNT Sports 1 and talkSPORT from 8 p.m. It'll be Liam Rossini's first game in charge of Chelsea. He's been speaking to the media today and was asked about suggestions that he'll be under the control of the club's board.
I don't think it's possible to ever be in this job and not be your own man. People will see through you straight away. I will make the decisions at this football club. That's why I've been brought in. I understand. I'm not an alien. I know what's being said in the press, but there's no way you can be successful as a manager if you don't make the decisions for yourself. And the great thing for me is I have experience of working in this setup. The guys have been nothing but supportive for me at Strasbourg. We've had huge success at that club from where the project started, and I intend to work exactly the same way here.
You know him, Sidders, right? You've played with him?
Played with him at Brighton, shared a dressing room with him. Yep, very good.
Okay. Did you see the manager there?
100%.
You did see
He was a manager, and I think it comes in the DNA of him being around his dad and Torquay. He was in dressing rooms as a young age. He was a manager before he was a player, if that makes sense. Even though he had a good career and a long career, he was always destined to be a coach, head coach, manager. First of all, bit of substance to him, a great human being. Now, people might be saying, Chelsea fans, I don't care what kind of person he is, as long as he wins stuff for Chelsea. But as a person, a great communicator, a great sort of people person. In terms of on the pitch, an excellent coach. He really, really is. And I'm so glad, because he's done the hard yards.
See, personally, I've heard that before about him, but I don't think when you're at Chelsea, any of that matters.
It does now.
No. As in, right, we often talk about, jobs that you don't want to take, the poison chalice, England being one of them, Man United at the moment is one of those jobs you just don't. I think whoever goes in at Chelsea, they've got their work cut out.
They have, and he'll know that, but he has got huge integrity as a person. He would not have taken that job if this so-called, yes man or, a puppet for the hierarchy. Bearing in mind, he was brought into this umbrella at Strasbourg with under Paul Winstanley as well. That they worked with each other at Brighton. So he's in the setup. He's in the scenario. He's done the hard yards. He's been away from his family. He's earned his stripes. And even the hard yards at Strasbourg, where when he went in there, he was able to joke straight away. He said, the squad was too young. They're going to be bottom of the league, and they've seen that from up above. And I know they've got huge, huge respect for him. He would never envisage, and they would never envisage, that he would be in now. But I think he was always destined to be penciled in or planned to be a Chelsea manager some point.
Do you think whoever the Chelsea manager is, they will let him get on with his job? Because personally, when you look at big characters they've had. They had Pochettino left. We don't really know the reason why. Maresca all of a sudden left. Don't really know the reason why.
They fired Tuchel.
They got rid of Thomas Tuchel. And these I think, are managers with big personalities that want to do it their way.
Yep.
I just wonder why they've got someone in with little to no experience at a big club. And I hope it's for the right reasons, not the wrong ones.
No, I honestly believe it's because he's got huge potential, and they've seen it from afar. Well, not from afar, they've seen it from Chelsea, whereas at Strasbourg, and they have been so impressed. And honestly, if you're in his company and you're around him, and I've seen him outside the game, I've seen him in the dressing room as a player, and I've seen him coaching as well. Now, I know he's inexperienced in terms of high-end managers that's taken over high-end clubs, but I really believe it fits this squad of players. He will relish training and coaching these squad of players, getting to know them as a collective. Individually, he's brilliant. He's a great communicator to anyone.
But I asked you a question earlier on about when you've been in a dressing room and new managers come in, how quickly you can make your mind up. You've got big names in that. You've got a World Cup winner in that dressing room, right?
Yep.
How tough is it going to be? I remember a similar scenario in David Moyes to go from Man United, and you've got from Fergie, and you've got all these league winners and Champions League winners in the dressing room, and all of a sudden the manager comes in and he's telling them where they're going wrong, and it's almost like, sorry, I've been there, you haven't. Who are you to tell me? Which I imagine does go on. How tough is that going to be for him going into a dressing room with so many big names in it?
He will probably address that head on in a way of that format, just going, lads, I have not got the experience as your previous manager or managers that have been at this club or that others have worked under. Judge me for who I am in the next couple of weeks, couple of months. And it might be hard at the start because they've got a real tough fixture list in terms of games. Is it 9 games, I think, or in January? So he's not going to have much contact time on the training pitch. But again, you get judged quickly. We split that at the top of the show. And his training methods, his coaching is very, very good. It's enjoyable. It's done with high intensity. It's you're going to have fun first and foremost, but he knows and he will demand the pressures, and he'll just go around individually and little drops, little things here and there, and he'll have them on there on his side from the word go. I guarantee.
Last question on it. It's his first game in charge.
Yes.
They've got an equally big game, maybe bigger game actually in midweek, the semi-finals of the League Cup against Arsenal. They've got big games coming up in the Premier League as well. They have to get Champions League football. How difficult is it going to be for him this weekend to pick a strong side as opposed to what usually happens in the third round of the FA Cup, where you pick a weaker side?
They got that many players.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. If he'd been in there, if he'd been in the building, let's say 2 months ago, would he have picked the same team yet?
He can't lose it. It's his first game, right?
Yeah, you go out and
So
it's.
Is he going to pick a little bit of a stronger side than he would have done?
I probably would have thought so. Yeah. And again, he will pick the team that he wants to pick, the players that he wants to be involved.
I hope so. I hope he gets that.
I really hope it works out for him.
I hope so. We're going to have a quick break. When we come back, we've got DB v TNT Sports. I think you're winning, annoyingly, DB. You not going to say anything?
Nope.
Okay. You bet when we come back, otherwise we haven't got a show. More from the three of us right after this. You're listening to Friday Night Live, TNT Sports and talkSPORT Hour. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Premier League 100 Club member Darren Benton, former Premier League midfielder, TNT Sports pundit, and the legend is Steve Sidwell, or Sidders to his mates. Follow us at 7. You can hear live commentary of Wrexham against Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup. But now it's time for this.
It's time.
It is tight and tense.
We're flying and our fists are punching. DB versus TNT.
What drama on talkSPORT, just when you think you've seen it all.
Good night.
Don't go to bed yet, because this is our brand new feature, DB v TNT Sports, where each week on Friday Night Live, Premier League 100 Club member Darren Bent has been pitting himself against our special studio guest from TNT Sports. This week, of course, we're joined by the superstar that is Steve Sidwell. Every Friday, they'll be predicting some of the biggest games from the weekend. If they correctly predict the result, they'll get a point. But if they get the score bang on, they get 3 points. We'll be telling up the scores at the end of the season. Now, it was a great week for Benty, annoyingly. Last time out, as he picked up 5 points with 2 correct results and 1 correct score. Blimey. Meanwhile, Ugo Monye let TNT Sports down yet again by scoring just 1. And he'll be listening. He'll be devastated. Now, I'm not saying that Stevie Sidwell is competitive, but last time out, he just reminded me in the break that when you got 1 bang on, you text me the next day going, I got that one.
Chelsea score.
Which I loved that.
I have to go through the messages. It was an early kickoff, wasn't it?
So listen, hopefully that theme will continue. So the score at the moment is DB 44, TNT Sports 30.
Woo! It's a little embarrassing.
And if you win, you get a contract with TNT Sports for £1 million.
I'm talkSPORT.
£1 million.
talkSPORT.
£2 million. Yeah, I know, TNT Sports. Right, you both got, it says 30 seconds, but we've got about 3 minutes to go through all of them. So let's start with tomorrow at 5:45, Spurs v Aston Villa. It's live on TNT Sports 1 and talkSPORT. Sidders, I'll start with you. What's going to happen in this game? How do you see it going?
I see a Villa win. I see Spurs scoring, but I see Aston Villa winning this 3-1.
How important do you think the first goal is in that game, or is that irrelevant? You still see Villa winning?
That's irrelevant.
Okay.
Because Aston Villa always come back from a goal behind. It's irrelevant for them. And I think from a Spurs point of view, when they go a goal up, they probably look even more nervous.
Yeah, okay, that's a very good point. 3-1 to the away team, says Sidders.
So I was going to go with the same, but want to be different.
Why are you hiding your homework from?
Because you might try. Yeah, look, I'm battering them.
Oh my goodness, so serious.
Well, I've gone for 2-1 Villa. Oh, wait, I think Villa will win 2-1.
Okay. Next up, we're talking about a game tomorrow night, 8 p.m. It's Charlton against Chelsea.
Go on, the addicts.
Live on TNT Sports 1 and talkSPORT. So, did you play for Charlton?
No.
Who's ever? No, I know you. Oh, it's your derby then, right?
Yeah.
Who's the other team you play for? Name your teams you play for. Chelsea.
I could do that.
Arsenal, Brentford.
I'm sure 2 of them are meeting. Two of them are meeting this weekend, are they? 2 of your old teams, or I made that up?
Brighton have got Man U.
Okay, go on, carry on anyway.
Yeah.
All over the gaff, you aren't you?
I'm sure I wrote it down. Let me have a look. Charlton, they're at home to Chelsea. What's going to happen?
I see Chelsea coming out of the blocks. Charlton are struggling. I see Chelsea, a new manager, new sort of players performing.
You play for Villa?
They play for Villa.
But you didn't play for Spurs. Go on, carry on anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
I'm going to go for Chelsea 3-0.
Okay. All right. I mean, Charlton are struggling at the moment.
Listen, I can't change it again.
Oh, this is so boring.
I can't change it again. Look.
You're going for the same score.
I'll change it.
If you want to change it, you can change it.
No, you keep yours.
No. He's our guest.
No, you keep yours, Sidders. I'll change
hold on, Sidders, do you want to keep it?
What are you changing it to?
I'm going 3-1.
Nah, yeah, let him change it.
Okay, let him change it. Fine, okay.
Actually, you know what? I'm going...
Oh, for God's sake. What are you going?
I'm going 3-1. Go on, the addicts.
Right, so Sidders, what are you? 3-1?
3-0.
3-0.
Chelsea.
Okay.
Yes.
Sunday at 4:30, Man United against Brighton live on TNT Sports 1 and talkSPORT. Sidders?
I'll go first again now.
No, he's our guest. No, Sidders, up to you.
I'm going to go...
He's only going to copy you anyway.
Yeah. Brighton were very good away at Man City. Create a load of chances. They do play expansive.
Don't like where this is going.
I'm going to go 1-1. Score draw.
All right. What happens after that?
So are we talking 90 minutes or are we talking like...
Extra time and pens, right? I don't know what happens now. I don't know is it just 90 minutes score prediction? No, who wins the game? Oh no, but then we don't have the score. Yeah, I need the score in 90 minutes. Now I need the score. Okay, I'll tell you what, hold on.
Just done
it shouldn't be that complicated.
I'll tell you what you can do. Just give me it doesn't matter. We've got to go. What do you think the score is going to be?
1-1.
1-1 after 90. We do 90 minutes.
I've got Man United to win 2-1.
Okay, good. High five, DB.
No.
You haven't gone there, have you?
I have 2-1.
Oh, okay. Sid, it's always an honour and a pleasure.
Always
Make
goes
sure
quick.
it's not as long a wait next time because you're brilliant. You're one of our favourites. Make
I
sure
love
that.
coming in. Lovely
Have
to
a
see you
great
guys.
weekend.
You too.
Me and Bentley will be back on Monday at 4 o'clock for more of the same. Today we talk sport. Loads of FA Cup football happening live across the talkSPORT network. Until then,
Be safe, everyone. Be safe.
he's
Have a
beat
good
me
weekend.
to- He beat me to that as well.